Hello, everyone, and welcome back to IntelligentPod, the show that helps you understand the world and yourself just a little bit better, one episode at a time. I'm your host, Sophie Lane, and today we're diving into a topic that is as mysterious as it is universal: decoding the language of dreams. Now, whether you're someone who remembers every vivid detail of your nightly adventures, or you're convinced you never dream at all, dreams are a fascinating window into the mind. They're a space where logic takes a back seat, symbolism reigns, and sometimes, if we're honest, things just get downright weird. But what do our dreams really mean? Is there a hidden language to them? And can understanding our dreams help us lead more insightful, fulfilling lives? That's exactly what we're going to explore together today. So let's get started by setting the stage with some big picture context. Did you know that on average, we spend about 2 hours a night dreaming? If you live to be 80, that's nearly 6 whole years spent in dreamland. And yet, despite all this time, most of us remember only fragments, if anything at all, when we wake up. But here's the kicker. Scientists estimate that the majority of our dreams are forgotten within just 5 minutes of waking. Why is that? Well, it turns out the very part of our brain that stores memories, the hippocampus, is a little less active while we're dreaming. So, even though our brains are busy conjuring up stories, places, and faces, we're not always wiring those experiences into lasting memories. Now, before we get too tangled up in the science, let's talk about why we dream in the first place. For centuries, people have tried to decode the language of dreams. Ancient civilizations like the Egyptians and Greeks saw dreams as messages from the gods. Sigmund Freud, the famous psychoanalyst, thought dreams were the royal road to the unconscious, a way for our hidden desires to express themselves. And of course, today, we have neuroscientists who see dreams as the brain's way of processing information, consolidating memories, and even solving problems. So, which is it? Are dreams mystical, psychological, biological, or maybe all three? Let's break it down. First, let's look at the psychological perspective. Freud and his student Carl Jung believed that dreams are packed with symbols, like your subconscious mind's own secret language. For example, Freud might say that if you dream of flying, it's a wish for freedom or escape. Jung, on the other hand, believed that certain symbols, like snakes, water, or journeys, are universal archetypes that pop up in the dreams of people all over the world. But here's where it gets really interesting. Research suggests that while some dream themes are common, like being chased, falling, or finding yourself unprepared for an exam, the meaning we attach to those dreams is deeply personal. For example, dreaming of falling might symbolize a loss of control for one person, but for someone else, it could represent letting go or a leap of faith. Let's bring in a scientific angle here. In 1977, 2 Harvard psychiatrists, Alan Hobson and Robert McCarley, proposed the activation synthesis theory. According to them, dreams are the brain's attempt to make sense of random electrical activity that happens during REM sleep. So, the images and stories in our dreams might not have any deep meaning. They're just the brain's way of weaving together whatever bits and pieces it has lying around. But that's not the whole story. More recent studies suggest that dreams can play a real role in our emotional health. For instance, a 2011 study published in the journal Current Biology found that people who dreamed about a stressful task they faced during the day, like a difficult math problem, actually performed better on that task the next day. It's as if the brain uses dreams as a kind of virtual rehearsal space, helping us process emotions and work through challenges. Now, let's shift gears for a moment and look at the cultural side of things. The way we interpret dreams is influenced by our upbringing, beliefs, and even the stories we hear as children. In some cultures, dreams are seen as prophetic, warnings or guidance from ancestors. In others, they're dismissed as meaningless brain noise. And then there's the modern trend of dream journaling and lucid dreaming, where people try to take control of their dreams or use them as a tool for creativity. Let me share a quick real-life anecdote that really highlights the power of dreams. Many of us have heard stories of artists, inventors, or writers who credit a dream with inspiring their work. One of my favorites is the story of Mary Shelley, who dreamed up the idea for Frankenstein after a night of vivid nightmares. Or Dmitri Mendeleev, the Russian chemist, who reportedly saw the periodic table arranged in a dream. It makes you wonder, what hidden solutions or creative sparks might be lurking in your own dreams? So, what does all this mean for you? Should you start decoding every dream, looking for hidden messages? Or is it better to just enjoy the nightly show and move on? Here's where I want to offer some actionable advice, something you can try tonight or whenever you're next curious about your dreams. First, pay attention. Even if you don't remember your dreams right away, keeping a notebook by your bed and jotting down whatever you recall, even just a feeling or a single image, can help train your brain to remember more. Over time, you might start to notice patterns or recurring themes. Second, reflect, but don't overanalyze. Dreams can offer insight into what's on your mind, fears, hopes, even unfinished business from your day. But remember, not every dream is a riddle to be solved. Sometimes, a dream is just a dream. Third, use your dreams as a creative tool. If you're facing a problem or feeling stuck, try thinking about it as you fall asleep. You might be surprised at the ideas that surface by morning. And finally, be gentle with yourself. Nightmares or unsettling dreams can be the mind's way of processing stress or anxiety. If you find your dreams are causing distress, it can help to talk to someone, whether that's a friend, therapist, or even a doctor. As we wrap up today's episode, let's recap what we've uncovered. Dreams are a complex, fascinating part of our lives. They can reflect our emotions, help us process challenges, and sometimes even spark creativity. While science hasn't fully cracked the code of dreaming, we do know that paying attention to our dreams can help us better understand ourselves. So tonight, when you close your eyes, remember, your mind has its own language, and sometimes the best way to understand it is simply to listen. Thank you so much for joining me today on IntelligentPod. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd love for you to leave a review wherever you listen. It really helps others discover the show. For show notes, links to studies I mentioned, and more, visit IntelligentPod.com. And if you have thoughts, dream stories, or feedback, email me anytime at sophie@intelligentpod.com. I love hearing from you. Until next time, I'm Sophie Lane, wishing you sweet dreams and curious awakenings. Take care, everyone.